What's up, guys? How's it going? Just getting the stream up. So I hope everyone's well. So I've got about 40 minutes now to work on this session. I might try and fit in another stream a bit later on as well, but we'll see how we get on. So today we're going to be comping or editing a bass session. Now, I'd actually filmed this bass session. I did it with Chris, who's on the other side of the world in Australia, and we did it using this Listen To plugin, which is crazy because it let Chris record, and I could basically hear it in my Logic session, so I could give him pointers of what I was looking for. Amazing. I did film that, long story, but I'm not able to actually play it back on this computer, so I need to set up my laptop and do it from there. So at some point, I'm going to do that, and you can see the recording session happening as it unfolded. So I'm going to unpack this take folder to new tracks and just delete the comp. We don't need that one, and I'm going to jump right in. So this is a Yacht Rock kind of sample that I'm making a kind of housey edit of, and I'm going to record, as I've recorded live bass, I may end up recording some live guitar as well for it, and come up with something. So it's kind of like choppy sounding, but this is super basic. I did a live stream where I actually made this from the top, so it's like a half-hour session or whatever, maybe longer than that. And I got the sample and chopped it up. So this is how it sounds. So it kind of carries on. Boys and girls. So that's as far as I got. So it needs loads and loads of work. Just like chuck down just to see if the idea is good. I like the idea, so I'm going to take it forward. And that's why in my Trello folder, where is it? Love is the answer. So it's in the draft folder. So this means I'm trying to make a draft version, like a basic finished version, which I can put into my done folder. And then once it's in the done folder, I'm going to decide whether I want to release it, in which case I'll go in and do all the proper mixing and mastering. But as I said, I want to always avoid mixing and mastering and going in on something which isn't really good enough to release. So anything that goes in here, I then make a decision whether it's going to be released or not. So I don't ever work on things that are not good enough. And at all stages, I could decide that actually this isn't something that I want to even take. But I think the thing is that I kind of have to get it to this stage to be able to make a decision whether it's good enough or not. So you can't make a decision on a half an hour session. Well, you can, depending on how good the session is, but you can't make a decision on an 8-bar loop. You kind of have to have a kind of an arranged track with all the parts laid out to decide whether it's good enough. So I want to get it to this point, and then decide whether I want to take it forward. So this is the stage we're at now. Okay, so let's go through the bass. So let's just have a pass through. So we're not doing any mixing on the bass. I don't want to get bogged down with mixing because I'm trying to find the best takes. So mixing is not going to figure into it unless I make really good progress, in which case I might be able to get onto it. Okay, so before we actually start, I'm going to just save this in my bass. So I have a bass recordings folder so that I can come back So if I'm doing a track that I want to work on and I need some live bass, I can go in and try and like recycle stuff potentially. So it's just like good to have a library of sounds as well. And in fact, I'm going to save this as an edited version. So I like to keep the raw project unedited, and then I save an edited version so that it's I can not worry about getting rid of stuff that I may later want for something else. So this is Chris just warming up. I think he'd only heard the track once, so. So I'm going to make pink the regions that I like. So is Jacob asking on the chat, am I using Trello? I don't know. I don't know who you're saying. Is he using Trello? I don't know who you're asking. You're talking to me. Yes, I am using Trello. Yeah. So I use it. I can't take credit for this. This is a Mike Monday's scheme for hacking the creative process to make sure that you're a kind of a music creation machine and you have huge amounts of music getting finished at all times. So I've done his course, and this is the kind of fruits of it, is my automatic music machine. So all my basic ideas are in here, and the ones that are yellow are bookmarked because they're the ones that I want to take forward. The rest are just in my sketchbook for, maybe good for something else. So as soon as I want to take something forward, put it into Discover. Discover is wherever I decide whether it's a good idea or not, essentially. Draft is when I go, yeah, this is kind of working, I think, at a level. Do I want to take it to being like do I want to make a track out of this? Make the track at a basic level. This might be arranged, basically mixed, might not have any effects and transition effects and stuff like that, or it might do, depending on how far I get. I might decide, you know what, actually, I'm not really feeling this. You can go back into Sketchbook. If it's something I definitely want to take forward and release, it goes into release, and these tracks get mixed. And then once they are released, they go into this column here. And this is only a few months old, so that's why the release column's a little bit sparse, because a lot of these tracks are awaiting release, basically. So they're signed but not out yet. Okay, so there you go, Jacob. Hopefully that answers your question. Let me know if you've got any other questions about that. I said I wasn't going to get into mixing, but I might just put on a little LFO tool. Well, it's not little, it's just a normal size. And just to get some pump going on the bass and just to see, because that's probably what will happen on the final track as well. That slide was nice. Let's get that slide back. Slides are always good, very useful. So you can see Chris is getting warmed up now. So I'll make that different colour because it's a slap. Harmless boys and girls out of the world, shining on me. Love is the answer. So far, these loops are my favourite. These kind of slap ones, and I'm wondering if the loop I've chosen for the kind of groove section is probably just one of these bass notes repeating. So I might be able to chop up one of these slap loops to build the groove section. That's pretty cool, that part. I'll just colour that differently. kind of goes quite nicely with those drums, that loop. Just want to try that groove over the music. No. Okay, so those are the parts I like from that bass take. So let's go to the next best bass take. So that's probably my favourite loop so far, I'd say. So I just want to try just seeing what this is like if it loops a bit more on that one groove. Yeah, so I like that. So if all else fails, we've got that. That's a solid groove for the bass. Yeah, I quite like that region actually. So I'm still just trying to make sure that I've not missed any amazing takes. It's quite a nice little groove there, actually. So that actually is quite a nice bass line. So we could have a section of the track which kind of stands alone, just with bass on its own. Where have we gone? I just want to see what this sounds like. Okay, so these need to be coloured. I'll give this a different colour. Let's go orange. So this is kind of like a standalone baseline. I don't know why this is still blue. So I'm wondering, I want to just try this. I wonder what it's like having the bass, the baseline on its own with the drums as like an intro kind of vibe, and then we go into the more choppy section, whether that works. That wasn't what I wanted. This is the wrong drum part. What I'm thinking is that this bass line where it's a bit more standalone, that could be like a bridge section in the track where you've got this very repetitive bass and you've got the kind of the sample portions like that, and then you can have a bridge section where things just suddenly change and you've got a different bass line that comes in. I think that would work quite nicely. Let me just move this back because I don't want to ruin my the position of the bass that I've now edited is going to be out of time with the rest of the track if I don't change that. Now, why is that not the correct length? Okay, let me just see if I can get back to where we were. That should be right now. Okay, so let's color this. This could be a good little intro kind of bass. So let's have a listen back through what we've got. And now I know I've got these good ones that I really like. I've got to decide whether there's anything from these that I need to keep. Yeah, so that's kind of cool. So what can get a bit fiddly, but what I could do is kind of build up like a kind of take folder of stuff. Let me think of the best way of doing this. This does get kind of fiddly, actually, I have to say. So these two could go together. Where's this playing? So that's also playing there. Don't need anything there, I don't think. So this is the next section. So I kind of need to find a take for something for that section there. I really like that take, so I'm going to put that on there. Okay, so I want to find the best part for that, for the vocal section. This is the winners so far. Actually, that's quite nice as well. So this could come in here. Maybe this could come in a little bit more lively for the second time. So I think that's better than that. And this can play the second time. I've realized that I'm actually not using this final bass track that I was supposed to be comping things on. Just a bit stupid. So I always find the best way of working is to try and find the best take and then see if there's anything wrong with it that needs to be changed, rather than second guessing yourself for an eternity trying to find the ultimate thing. Is like find something, just find the best ones and then work with anything that needs to be changed on them, I guess. That being said, I'm going to try some other things out as well. Don't need anything from there, I don't think. Don't think I need anything from there. And I am going to leave it there because I have a meeting to go to. So I think I'll probably be back on for another short stream afterwards. So yeah, check back in 15 minutes or so and I should be back on. So guys, I hope you enjoyed watching me edit these bass parts to develop